the Bola Tinubu administration must get rid of all these crooks who call themselves, consultants that are consulting for Nigeria. The Ministry of Justice must be reformed to ensure that only people with integrity are assigned with that kind of ministry, because Ministry of Justice plays key important role in whatever we are doing with regard to fight against corruption. Number 3, deliberate involvement and inclusion of citizens' voices. If you are going to fight corruption, you must involve everybody, from shoemaker to trader to balkanizer to media to civil society to security, police, army, everybody, politician, all of them must be inclusive, must be included in the fight against corruption, or else we will be doing window dressing. We want to make sure that every Nigerian is part and parcel of this effort, because they have destroyed this country image and reputation out. All you need to do, travel even to ordinary neighboring country here. Once you are a Nigerian, they are already suspecting you. They say you are a 419, you are a drug person. They have destroyed the reputation of Nigerians. Nigeria in those days is valued. Everywhere you go in the continent in Africa, you see Nigerians doing very well, helping to ensure development in those countries, including even serving as judges in some of these countries. Today, the reputation we have is a reputation of people who's, negative thing. We must rewrite that. We must, have a proper value orientation. National Orientation Agency must be empowered to carry out massive, reorientation of our young people who are victims of the political class, because it is the frustration that they have suffered from in the hands of the political class, who have siphoned public taxpayers' money, and who the only have a nation that even the youth itself will be proud of. We cannot allow the organization to ensure that British government enacted beneficial ownership law. Before, Nigerians will loot money and go to Britain to buy the best house. Now, in London, in the UK, if you are coming to buy any property, you must disclose the source of that money. How did you make that money? This is courtesy of our collaboration, with British civil society organization, particularly Transparency International UK. We work with them, Global Witness and quite a number of the civil society organization in the UK to enact a law that will prevent our looters from taking our money to the UK. We are also doing the same thing with United States government. As a matter of fact, we have been having series of consultation with Transparency International America, with also collaboration with the United States government to ensure that the same, looters are prevented from siphoning public taxpayers' money to go and keep in the UK, in the US. And likewise too, we are also working on other countries where Nigerians, they go there to do this looting. As you may also know, France government, when they are enacting their assets recovery legislation, they invited some of us, I was there, and we supported them with some information on how they can ensure that not only that they block them from going there to, invest with stolen money, but they must return our asset. We have been in consultation and discussion with the, France government, where the president has gone now. We have actually been working with their parliament to ensure that Nigerians and other African country assets are returned. We have also met with the European Parliament to ensure that they pass a resolution to return our asset. We have met them. Personally, I had a meeting with the chair of the European Parliament on assets recovery for Africa. We are hoping that Tinubu administration will take advantage of this, our effort, to ensure that assets of Nigeria being kept in Paris, in France, will be returned. Number 5, improve funding for ICPC Code of Conduct Bureau, as well as, of course, EFCC, to enable, them and also guarantee their independence. one of the major challenges we have is that, as you can see, every president is coming to remove, the leadership of anti-corruption, EFCC in particular. This is not good. That is why we are insisting that there must be tenure, security of tenure, and there must be, there must not be, political interferences. When you have people who have looted the country under investigation of the anti-corruption agencies, now scuttling this investigation and finding their way, and now some of them are even procuring injustice, not justice, in the court to prevent anti-corruption agencies from even inviting them, not to talk of even investigating them. This is unacceptable. We must ensure that anti-corruption agencies are independent, and the personnel are people also with, high morale and, also, integrity, so that there will not be room for anybody to accuse, the effort of the anti-corruption, people that are putting their lives. As I speak to you now, none of them has life insurance. They are putting their lives to help the Nigeria to be better. But the corrupt, politically exposed person and public official who are, benefiting from looting, they are making their life difficult by interfering, by also making their work completely useless, by, stopping them from taking certain action. This must not continue. Number 6, in amending the Enabling Act of the Anti-Corruption Agencies, we suggest security tenure for the heads of these agencies. Number 7, investigation of all public officers and politically exposed persons named in Pandora Papers, Panama Papers, Paradise Paper, and Glencoe scandal, and the rest of them. In addition to all this, we have now Glencoe scandal. We are, like public officials in Nigeria, are not tired of these scandals. We, as citizens, we must say enough is enough, and government must demonstrate willingness to investigate all these people that have appeared in this high-level international scandal involving Nigerian officials siphoning and stealing public taxpayers' money, depriving all of us from health care, depriving us from education, depriving us from social amenities, and even security. This is what they are doing with our money. So, Tinubu administration must clearly demonstrate willingness to investigate everyone that has been fingered in this high-level international scandal. Number 8, reforms of financial institutions such as CBN, commercial banks, FRS, Nigerian Port Authority, and NIMASA, all of which have become money laundering gateways. Tinubu has sacked the CBN governor, or rather has suspended the CBN governor. Nigerians are hailing for that because the CBN governor had put Nigerians in misery. He has, helped to devalue our currency. He has helped to ensure that terrorism financing happens under his leadership. He has done so many things that are not really within the ambit of the law that allows the CBN governor to do things. But he has collaborators. The Federal Inland Revenue Services, we have not yet had anything from them. CBN will not do alone. They have collaborators. So all the collaborating agencies that are contributing to money laundering, to illicit financial outflow, they must be also brought to book and they must be investigated. Number 9, take concrete steps to foster greater judicial independence in the interest of checks and balances and rule of law. Improve accountability in the anti-corruption agencies, especially in the case management and management of budget appropriation. Number 11, establish a rule-based, transparent framework for asset management to protect and guarantee the safety of recovered stolen assets and corruption proceeds, so that you don't recover from this thief and then another thief, loot again. We need to stop that game in Nigeria. From Obasanjo to date, this is what they have been doing. This government will recover. The same government official of that particular regime will also loot. This must stop. Number 12, immediately pursue full implementation of Petroleum Industry Act for efficiency, transparency, and accountability in the oil and gas sector and even solid mineral. If we have been having all these dubious, fake, subsidy payments that they have been doing in trillion, will not have happened. But because they are partners in crime, they will always want to do that. So, but we are happy that, or rather we are demanding that all the people that collected subsidy payments, they must be investigated, because Nigerians believed that we did not enjoy any subsidy. They stole our money, and they will bring they will claim that they brought 20 ship of oil, and in reality it is only 3, as it's been said by experts. Oil theft is another area which we all know how public officials are deeply involved in the oil theft. Very scandalous action that Nigeria could not even meet its own OPEC quota because of the oil theft. And those oil thefts are not done by the ordinary community people. They are done by the big crooks and criminals, locally and internationally, because no ordinary person has ship. No ordinary person knows how to go and do business with the Swiss bank to sell oil in Nigeria. It is the high-profile government official and their international collaborators that are thieving the wealth of Nigeria. This, if Tinubu is serious, it must be addressed. Number 13, mobilize and incentives, intensify state-level anti-corruption programs and collaboration for cohesive national anti-corruption program, including support and collaboration among the federal institutions and program. Number 14, promotion and protection of civil society rights and freedom of association and free space. Because if there's no, civic space, it will be difficult for us as civil society to function. Even the media will not be able to speak and be able to do their work. So it is important, this government allow that to happen. Number 14, promotion. Number 15, avoidance of appointment of publicly exposed person with outstanding corruption cases to avoid making the APC a haven for corruption. 16, set up high-level defense sector procurement monitoring frameworks and support full implementation of public procurement laws to check the security sector-related corruption. 17, immediately commence recovery of double salaries and pension payment received by all former governors serving as senators and ministers, current and former, to check financial hegemony. You have served as a governor for 8 years. You have made law to be collecting permanent pensions and gratuity. Maybe some of the governors, they serve only for 4 years, but they are collecting permanent pensions and gratuity with the house, with the cars, with the all sort of privileges. Yet they come to National Assembly. After 4 years, they will collect what they call severance corruption. It's not allowance. Corruption is corruption, because it's extortion of public taxpayers' money. You have been collecting salary and pension and gratuity with all those things, and on yearly basis they are changing cars for them. They are changing many things for them, including foreign trips with their concubines and their wives and their girlfriends, all covered. This is not sustainable for our economy. 18, we further recommend that public procurement